Faster, daddy. Faster. Someone's gonna push me and run underneath. You know what I'm saying?
I love you, and I always will. I don't remember specifically the date or like the month or anything like that, but I remember when Eversol was like, Jason's leaving, he's going back to Black Label. I was like, this is such a bummer, because I felt like he brought an extra dimension to the team.
I only left because I thought Matt left. And to me, Matt was the lifeline. Matt was the dude that brought me on. Matt was the dude that fought for everybody. Matt was the dude. So when he told me he was leaving, and then it went for a little while, I was literally driving down south to go to the trade show. Lucero calls me. Literally, I'm going down the 5. I'm like going over the grapevine. Kid, what are you doing? Like, I'm heading down here. He's like, stop by, we'll go to the bar. You know, and so, and I'm literally like driving down the 5 going like, what am I gonna do? Matt just left. Because to me, if Matt's gone, it's just, I don't even really know what's gonna, like what. That's all I know. It just, and then everything just kind of like happened organically, and then I was already starting to move that way. And then Matt's like, okay, I reworked everything, and we all have a better deal. And I was just kind of like, shh, I'm already kind of doing this, and when's it gonna happen again? When's it gonna happen again? You know, like, I didn't want to be on that like this. I will admit it kind of ate at me, but I was never planning on ever leaving. I was planning to stay and enjoy until I was done. That was it. But the Matt thing kind of changed everything.
Matt had almost left like probably like 5 times, you know. But when he really did it, like for me personally, I realized that it was my time too. It was kind of like the same thing was happening again, you know, like it was a lot like when Mark left, where like I was just so unsure about who could step in or what could be done, you know, now that because Matt was so instrumental in everything, from the ads to the product to, you know, like everything. And when he left, it was like, oh, okay, like it really made it like a certainty, you know, that I wasn't gonna stay anymore. It only made sense for me to move on. But that was a scary thing in itself, because, you know, I'd ridden for enjoi for so long, like over a decade, and I didn't know what it was like I didn't know what like my street value was, you know, like I didn't know what I was worth anymore. I hadn't really been skating that much at the time. So like I didn't know like where I was gonna go. I had no plan. I kind of had to, because I had made a choice. So like I couldn't really go back on it. I was just like, all right, like I have to do what I feel is right, kind of, you know, to stay on and still feel kind of like unsure. It would make me feel shitty. So just had to do what made me feel better.
I mean, yeah, dude, over the years we've had a lot of dudes come and go, you know, but the Jerry one was definitely for me the hardest, you know, both personally and like, you know, from like the business side of it, you know. I mean, the business side, like Jerry was the face of the brand, you know, he was like the main dude, you know. Like him leaving, I felt like way more pressure than, you know, that I had to like step up or something, you know. I've known him since he was like 13 or some shit, you know, or 14. Like, we've always been on the same team together, you know. We sat down and had like a couple pretty good conversations about it, and I was just like, dude, Jer, like if you're gonna quit, like let's do a sick ad. Like let's just end it with something rad, you know? Because when me and Jerry, like, it's kind of fitting, because it's like the bookends of going back to the ads. Because when Mark left, me and Jerry took over, and we had an ad that was me and Jerry, and it was like me riding my Vespa with no hands, and Jerry holding onto the Vespa, like on his board, like sketching. So it's rad that like in Jerry leaving and me taking over the brand, it's like our last ad, and it's like, it's not you, it's me, and we're like having like a romantic dinner, you know?
It was a good send-off, I thought, yeah.
enjoi has proven it's gotten through some rough waters, just based on stuff that is natural. But it's founded on those basic principles of, hey, we love what we do, and there's like a built-in humility amongst its leadership. You know, all those dudes are like, they're down to earth. Like, that goes a long way. Yeah, I think it's going to be around a long time. Yeah.
I think Louie, you know, it took him a minute to get a hold of the brand management and kind of, you know, finding a balance of, you know, being the boss, and, you know, having a relationship with all his friends and stuff.
It's easy for it to kind of, for him to like remember what it was like and then continue from there. So it's not just like some random doofus coming in like, oh, you guys are funny, I get what you do, and like, and then he tries to make some ads, you know, and it's just like, you could probably tell the like how terrible that would be if someone did that, you know. So you just gotta keep going and doing what you do and see where the fucking party takes you. The party bus ends up, you know.
He's the best team manager you could ask for. He's just, because he's still one of the skaters, you know. He's just a skater, and he's got enjoi's back. He's got all of our backs, and he wants the best for everyone. So he still ribs. It's no different having him as the brand manager or as one of the team riders, you know. It's just like having one of the best bosses ever. Louie's the fucking best.
It is weird because it isn't like a job to me, you know? It's like the thing that I love, you know? It's the brand that I've always loved, and it's like a brand that's like part of me. Like I said before, like all the ads, all the videos, they're not like just photos or tricks. They're part of my real life, you know? This is crazy, you know? This shouldn't be me. This should be somebody else, you know? Like, I'm so blessed, you know, to like be able to like be here and still be part of it. I guess turning pro is kind of a big deal. Like, you know, I was pretty stoked on turning pro, but I gotta be honest with you, like it was like a bigger thrill for me to turn Zach pro and to turn Ben pro. Like that meant more to me than me turning pro, you know? I got more of that warm, fuzzy feeling. I'm getting it right now. I'm getting all giddy again, dude.
One thing I think that is rare, I mean, if you look at some of the other companies, that I think it's fairly obvious, but it's best to probably leave them unnamed. Usually when guys bail that were really that center of mass, it changes in character. It just does, and you feel it. And it's not like someone really means or someone's failing. It just happens. And enjoi, because I think that imprint of what MJ brought, but that was also representative of what they all had. They live it. I mean, they live it. Tilt mode, they're going to be doing their thing. And so I think for that reasons and a lot of others, it maintained that integrity consistently. And they meant it. I mean, it's authentic. It's who they are. All those dudes are solid, you know? And Louie has this purity. I think purity is a word that often isn't used because you think, oh, purity, what is that, monastic? No, you just mean someone who skates and holds on to those things that kept them, that attract them there from the beginning. And even once they saw a little bit behind the curtain, you know, you get older and you see and you experience it, you think, it still stays magic. And Louie has that, particularly, like that's in his character. He's special.